Thanks for listening to Middle Aged and Mediocre. I'm Cash.
I'm Joel.
And we are a podcast about all things strange and unusual, death and UFOs, and other creepy,
cults,
weird, random
ghosts.
There you go.
Yeah. Not just naming things in the room.
Oh my god.
There's a cult of ghosts.
Hey everybody, welcome to Middle Aged and Mediocre. I'm Cash.
I'm ready.
Fuck. We rehearsed this.
I'm ready.
Who are you?
I'm ready. I'm Joel.
You're ready. You're Joel.
I'm
That's ready, Joel.
Ready, Joel.
We're back.
Just Joel.
With another episode. I don't know what episode this is, but it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit?
Season 2. That's the energy we need.
Yes, it is.
Bring it off the top.
So, hey, we are going to get right into the story. We have 2 stories.
Oh, wow.
Tonight.
I'd like you to get your hand out of my face.
So, we're going to jump right into
I know
the
what
first
numbers
one.
are.
Well,
2.
I can't be sure.
Yeah.
Until I test you.
Okay, I get that.
So,
All right, I've been licking my chops for these.
So the first one we're going to talk about is a unsolved mystery, and it is fucking strange.
All right.
We're going to talk about a young man named Bryce Laspisa. I don't know how something. He was the only child of Michael and Karen, and he'd been born and raised in Illinois. Not long after he graduated from high school in 2012, the family moved across the country to California.
Okay.
California.
For that internet.
For that internet.
Yeah.
Bryce
They wanted the Bitcoin.
He adjusted pretty well here in California. He was extremely charismatic. He was friendly, had an open demeanor that instantly put people at ease. He made a number of friends during his freshman year at Sierra College, and had also started dating another student.
What, are they called the Sierra Mist?
They better be.
Yeah. I don't know how you
that
make that a
sponsorship
mascot.
money.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
He started dating another student. Her name was Kim Sly. At the end of the school year, he returned to his parents' home in Laguna Niguel, about 465 miles south of the college. He was close with his parents and seemed happy to be home with them. He spent part of the summer taking an English class at a local college, which gave him a jump start on earning credits that he would need to get his degree. The fall semester started on August 26, 2013. He attended a speech class and a web design class that day, and then called his mother that night to tell her how much he liked them.
He's a good boy.
He liked the classes. He's a good boy.
He called his mom.
Yeah. Mommy, I like these classes.
Yeah.
We did web things and speech.
Like,
It
I
was
like a
fun.
little 5-year-old. We did speech. We took a nap. We got milk.
Jacob had milk and I didn't have milk, but it was mine was chocolate and he drank his before mine.
Mom!
And as far as Karen was concerned, the conversation had been perfectly normal. Bryce, calling her to let her know he likes the
I don't know why I
classes.
just see her like hanging up and just like saying to herself, well, that was a perfectly normal conversation. Michael, I just talked to Bryce. Everything's normal.
Mark another one down for normal.
He had milk. Jacob had milk too.
But Jacob's was chocolate.
Oh, that Bryce.
So Bryce was upbeat and excited about the new semester. Didn't seem like there was anything going on. Any concerns she should have, everything seemed like she said. Perfectly normal conversation. Those who saw Bryce on a daily basis, however, had been worried about him. He hadn't been acting like himself since his return.
Here's the thing, too. Like, you tell your mom what she wants to hear sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to worry your mom.
Right. You're not going to call
Sometimes
her.
You're such a good boy.
Yeah.
So, like, I get that, You get that. How you doing? I'm fine, Mom.
I'm fine, Ma.
Mom! I don't know. But yeah, okay. So, I mean, I get that. So, but the people in his life say differently.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
continue.
And maybe, when he's talking to her, maybe he's just happy. Like, he likes talking to her, and he's happy he's going to talk to her, so he's really not thinking about all the shit. He'd never been a bad kid, like we said. Good boy. He's a good boy.
I could tell.
He was just...
I can spot him.
He was a typical teenager. His parents knew that he drank alcohol, and they knew that he had probably tried marijuana a few times.
Good boys like that fun.
Yeah, they didn't support.
Wait, are the good boys that crazy group of people?
That's the Proud Boys.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, no.
Good.
Good boys are still
Good
fine.
boys.
Yeah.
We gotta get that like patented or something. We don't want like a group of fucking
We don't
shit
want
sticks to come and be like, "We're the good boys. We're the good boys."
Yeah, we don't want that to get ruined. So
I'm
we'll
sorry.
work on that.
Yeah, after
we'll start
let's finish this first.
We have to figure out what dumb shit. Like so they wear they wear a lot of yellow like stuff, and they always have like the black jackets, and like they look like cosplayers that think they're cool. And then you got the Bugaloo boys.
So there's a lot of boys then.
They wear Hawaiian shirts.
Okay, yeah, I've seen those guys.
So we need to start the good boys, and they wear Zubaz and fanny packs. And
I mean, just because that's what I wore over here.
No, but
that's where he's coming up with this.
I like that we could just go ahead and do the Zubaz thing.
I kind of have a wrestling shirt on,
Yeah, I mean, you look like you're showing up for training.
Yeah, I am.
So, anyways,
all right. So that's the good boy look.
So they didn't. His parents didn't support or endorse, drinking and doing drugs.
Just be safe.
But they knew that most teenagers had done this at some point, and they trusted him. So,
if they're cool, they have.
But after he had
teenagers,
once he'd returned to college, though, he started drinking a ton of hard liquor on a daily basis.
Yeah.
He had never done this before, and his friends were confused and concerned about it. He shrugged it off, though. Wasn't say there was anything wrong.
Play's gonna play.
Yeah, that's right.
That's probably what he said.
On Tuesday, his behavior seemed to get even odder. Kim knew that he'd been drinking rather heavily lately, but this seemed to be more than just alcohol. She was concerned and asked him what was wrong, but he insisted that everything was fine. When she continued to ask him, impress him about this, he finally admitted that, along with the drinking, he'd been taking the drug Vyvanse. Which I don't know if you've ever taken Vyvanse.
I've heard of it, but no, I've never. I'm a good boy.
Yeah.
I'm a really good boy. I don't, I take ibuprofen.
You will begin, your thoughts are just a mile fucking second. You just talk all the time. You come up with like real big ideas.
I wonder if that would have the opposite effect on me then, because that kind of sounds like me just.
I mean, that's what it does to me.
Yeah.
But like not in the no, because I know the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
Like, because that's that's got the same thing. But this is like sped up by 1,000.
Ooh. I don't want that.
Yeah. I mean, you feel pretty awesome the first. Like, I can't take it more than like, if I was going to take it like twice a week, maybe.
Yeah.
Because if I take it like day back to back, I feel sick as shit the second day because you don't sleep.
This is what Bryce been doing. He's probably was acting like this if he's taking a lot of it.
Me and
you up.
someone else were on our way to a wrestling show once, and I had taken a Vyvanse, and they had taken something that would make you sleep, like a pain pills, Vicodin. And then we had a buddy in the back that didn't take anything, and he said the whole fucking way, like, I won't shut up, and I'm talking like so fucking fast. Tim can barely get words out. He's just slurring everything.
Your friend?
Oh, yeah, my friend. Yeah, Tim, yeah. He would tell the story, too. And, like, the dude in the back said that it was like watching two people, like, he's like, you guys thought you were having a conversation with each other the entire time. And he's like, neither one of you were talking about anything the other was talking about. But it did. Like, I thought we were having, like, this real, yeah. So it's a fun thing to do, I guess. If you want to get some shit clean, take a Vyvanse. Like, if you need to clean a house or something like that, yeah, do that.
I'm worried now. You're really into this. I mean, I was like, what's that like? And you're like, man, I've been waiting to talk about this.
Yes, I have. So
your check should be in the mail from Vyvanse any day.
It says here the effect it has on a person is similar to that of meth.
All right.
So,
now meth I can tell you, I could get behind. No, I'm just
now
never done meth. Not there's anything wrong with trying it, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, don't keep doing it. There's something wrong with that.
It has fucking wrecked our whole area.
Yeah.
So fuck that. Vyvanse had become a popular recreational drug.
Right, if someone can make money off of it, like the pharmaceutical companies, then
they will. Yeah.
Heck yeah. So Bryce is on Vyvanse.
Yeah. He had used it as an energy boost to, like, stay awake for a
study,
long
probably
times.
drink.
Him and his buddies had stayed up all night playing video games and drinking. So they were taking Vyvanse so they wouldn't fall asleep and they could just keep gaming.
Yeah.
So Kim was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this isn't like you.
WTF, Bryce?
You need to, calm your ass down.
Yeah.
So he grew frustrated with Kim. Finally sent her a text message later saying that she would just be better off without him.
Ooh, the text message breakup.
Yeah. So Kim got confused, kind of asked, like, so are you breaking up with me here? And he said that he was. So around 11 o'clock that night, Bryce called his mother from Kim's apartment. So I'm kind of unclear, like, is he in the same apartment with her?
Yeah.
And he's texting her, like,
you're
better off.
Say what?
So, yeah.
He's on a shitter.
Oh, so never mind. My question is explained here.
Okay.
So, Bryce decided to visit Kim. So, even though he hadn't changed his mind about breaking up with her and he still refused to give any reasons for his sudden decision, he did want to come over. He just seemed like he showed up out of the blue, just wanted to hang out with her.
Yeah.
Kim was worried about his behavior and took his keys from him and begged him to just go lay down somewhere and try to get some sleep before he went home. Bryce kept saying he wanted to leave, demanded his keys back, and when she refused to give him back, he called his mom.
I'm gonna call my mom.
Yeah, so he starts telling his mom, Kim won't give me the keys back. She won't let me go home. So he insists that his mom talk to Kim and get his keys back for him. So after speaking with his mom, Kim finally gave Bryce's keys back.
Ugh.
And about 11:30 that night, he leaves the apartment. The following morning, Bryce's parents got an automated message from their insurance company confirming that there had been roadside assistance request placed for one of their vehicles. So they tried to call Bryce to see what happened, thinking he had some car trouble on the way home from the apartment. So they call over his dorm room or where, I don't know if he lives, wherever he lives there. And his roommate answered and said that he hadn't came home the night before. So then Karen, his mom, tries to call his cell phone. He doesn't answer. They start looking online to see where the auto shop was that he had used. They learned that he had called roadside assistance around 9 a.m. that morning from a small town called Buttonwillow, which was about 350 miles south of Kim's apartment.
Holy cow.
So he traveled.
So like in 9 hours, he went 350 miles.
Yeah. So it was clear that he had driven nonstop throughout the night to get there. They kept trying to call him. Repeated calls went unanswered. So his phone was either off or he was just ignoring his parents.
Yeah.
So the dad calls the repair shop that Bryce had used for roadside assistance. A dude named Christian. He's an employee there. He answers the call. And he tells Bryce's parents that Bryce had gotten to the Buttonwillow rest area before running out of gas. And he calls roadside assistance, and this Christian guy takes 3 gallons of gas to him around 9:30 that morning. So he learns
Christian's a good boy.
Well, so, dude, Christian goes above and beyond.
Yeah?
This was crazy to me. As strange as this whole thing is, I'm just like, Christian, you're an awesome dude. So when he finds out that Bryce's mom has not been able to get a hold of him, he offers, hey, I'll drive back over to the rest area, see if Bryce is there. Let me go check, see what's going on. He didn't expect to see Bryce there, of course, but he gets there. It's been 3 hours since Bryce had roadside assistance. So, he's like, well, he got the gas, he's gone. He's surprised that when he pulls into the rest area, there Bryce is sitting in his car in the exact spot that he'd been that morning.
3 hours later.
Yeah. Bryce was kind of surprised to see Christian. And he was even more surprised when Christian handed him his own cell phone and told him, hey, your mom wants to talk to you. So, he has mom on the phone, and he's like, found your shithead son. I shouldn't say he's a shithead. There's something going on with him.
Yeah.
Karen's relieved to hear Bryce's voice. She's fucking confused, so as you would be at this point. When she asks him what he's doing, he doesn't give her an answer. He really didn't give any information. But he was very clear. Like, his voice was very clear. He didn't seem intoxicated whatsoever. Didn't seem like anything was going on. He was just, I'm just here. Like, everything's good.
No.
So he's only about 3 hours away from his parents' house.
Laguna.
So Karen decided that she'll ask him questions later, but all she just wants him to get home.
Yeah.
So all he needed to do was
made
get
it that
on-
far. Just drive the rest of the way here.
So all he had to do was get back on Interstate 5, and he'd be there in about 3 hours. So she reminds him, hey, fill up your gas tank, and we'll see you about 3 o'clock. So Bryce is like, yep, see you then. So 3:30, Bryce isn't there.
Oh.
And the parents get worried. So they have, once again, no luck whatsoever calling Bryce. They try to start thinking, like, he's maybe just stuck in traffic somewhere. Maybe there was just a simple, like, small
Stop to fall
wreck.
asleep. I mean, if he's
Or
been
he
driving all
pulls over.
night, pull over, fall asleep.
They kind of get worried that he might have been in a car accident, though, so they call the police and report him missing. The first thing the police do is call Bryce's cell phone provider and have them ping his phone so they get his location. Once they didn't take long to find him. Almost 10 hours after he had made the call to roadside assistance, he was still in Buttonwillow. So
He was still at the rest area?
Still in that same area.
Yeah.
He just didn't leave. 10 hours later, he's been there. So they learn his location. 2 deputies are dispatched to go check on him. He had filled up his gas tank like his mother asked him to because,
Good boy.
good boy.
Good boy.
But rather than thinking back on Interstate 5, he just kind of parked near it. He's didn't seem to be surprised to see the deputies. He was very polite, very cooperative, and told them that he was just blowing off some steam before he continued the drive home. So they have him get out of the car and perform some field sobriety tests. He passes them, no problem.
What the hell?
He tells them, hey, go ahead and search my car. I don't have anything in there. I don't have any drugs, no alcohol, no weapons. So he's not a minor, he's a college kid. He hadn't done anything wrong.
He's just taking his time.
So the police have no reason to,
yeah.
they're just like,
He's
all
not
right.
missing. He's right there.
So like, go see your mom. They even say, before they let him go, they ask him, hey, call your mom. Like, you call her and let her know that you're fine. So Bryce kind of didn't want to, though. The police noticed that he just kind of was reluctant to do so. And finally, one of the officers takes Bryce's phone, calls Bryce's mom, and says, hey, we have Bryce here. He passed the field sobriety test. Everything's fine.
He was just blowing off steam.
Yeah. They said, they spoke with him a little bit. He's going to get himself something to eat, and he's going to be back on the road. So, deputies leave. They think everything's cool here. So, despite Bryce assuring his mother that he was going to be on his way, a few hours later, Christian happens to be driving back by that spot. There's Bryce, still.
What the?
So Christian calls Karen to tell her, hey, like, Bryce is still fucking sitting here. What's going on? And he tells the mom, hey, I'm going to go talk to him, get him to get back on the interstate, and I'm going to follow him to make sure he gets on the interstate. So, like, this Christian guy is like,
I'll drive 3 hours south.
Yeah, could completely just wash his hands of this whole thing. So Bryce finally starts to kind of, you can tell that he's realizing, fuck, people are just going to keep bothering me. So he goes into a nearby gas station, he gets something to drink, and he tells Christian, hey, I'm going to head home. Like, I'm going. So finally, more than 13 hours after arriving in Buttonwillow, Bryce leaves and gets on Interstate 5. Christian follows him for about 10 miles on the interstate, doesn't observe anything unusual. He calls Karen to let her know, hey, Bryce is on Interstate 5, heading your way. So this Christian guy, like, again, cannot say enough. If Bryce is a good boy,
Christian's good boy.
Christian's goodest boy.
Yeah, he's gooder.
So around 1:50 a.m., Bryce gets a hold of his mom and says, hey, there's a brief detour on this interstate. He's not exactly sure where he's at, but he's using his GPS, and it says he should be home about 3:25. So about an hour and a half. Bryce calls his parents again.
So Christian must have turned off after, like, watching him.
He said he went about 10 miles.
Yeah, okay.
So Bryce calls his parents again at 2:09 a.m. So only, a little under 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
Says, hey, I'm just too damn tired right now. I'm going to pull off the side of the road, take a nap. So
I don't like this.
He doesn't sleep well. his parents don't sleep well.
Oh, no.
But they get a couple hours rest. Then around 8 a.m. that morning, they hear the doorbell ring. They open the front door expecting to see Bryce, but there stands a California Highway Patrol officer. They'd found Bryce's car. It was wrecked and abandoned.
Oh.
And on a paved access road leading to the Castaic Lake main boat ramp. It had went down a 25-foot embankment before smashing onto the road below. All of his belongings still in the car, but no sign of him. So this town is right off the local Interstate 5, about 90 miles north of Laguna Niguel. Cars traveling on the interstate can exit onto Lake Hughes Road, which leads up the hill to the lake. Every car traveling up this hill has to pass by a surveillance camera that takes a photograph of each car's license plate. At 2:15 a.m., just a few minutes after he told his mother that he was too tired to continue driving, Bryce drives past his camera. Then at 4:29 a.m., he passes by the same camera a second time. Since there's no cameras tracking cars...
Over an hour later?
Yeah, and it wasn't even... So like the cameras don't catch you coming off the hill. They only have you going up. So at some point he drives down
and comes back
up. So the exact... Then he doesn't come back down, though. Like that's...
Yeah.
So the exact time of the accident is unknown, but the wrecked car was discovered less than an hour after Bryce's car was seen heading up the hill a second time. There were no witnesses to the crash, it appeared, so police started piecing together what had happened on their own. They checked the evidence, they looked at the scene, they realized this wasn't an accident. This was done on purpose. So it looks like somebody was in complete control of the car, and the entire time it's going down this like hill, whoever this is has their foot on the gas pedal. Investigators determined that Bryce must have driven up the hill, then entered the access area where there's a cell phone tower. They are able to follow his tire tracks past the tower, which was located at the top of a steep embankment, and then down the embankment itself. The car continued to accelerate until it smashed into the access road below.
Jeez.
When police arrived, they found the car lying on its side, pretty banged up, but still intact. And one of the car's rear windows had been smashed out from the inside. And police believe Bryce had smashed the window in order to free himself from the wreckage.
Yeah, probably would have messed up the frame so much the doors weren't going to open.
Yeah. Most of his belongings, including his cell phone and his laptop, were found inside the car. He had a duffel bag that was still found inside the car. It was on the ground outside the car. It had his clothes and his wallet in it. The bag had been unzipped, looks like somebody had been rummaging through it. But nothing, there was still his wallet, all shit. The crash had clearly been violent, and Bryce had probably been dazed by the impact with the ground, but investigators don't believe he was seriously injured. They only found a few small drops of blood in the front seat of the car. None near the broken window, though, where he used to get out of the car.
Yeah.
No blood found on the road outside the car, and no drag marks or anything like that to seem like Bryce had been unable to walk. He was dragging his leg behind him. It appeared that he had been able to walk away from the crash relatively uninjured.
Scot-free!
A massive search of the area took place the same day Bryce's car had been found. Dozens of deputies searched the area and the lake. Helicopters did aerial searches. The terrain was rugged, so it was kind of didn't make for an easy search. The Sierra Clarita Valley Search and Rescue Team arrived on Saturday to assist. They spent 10 hours combing through the area, but no Bryce. So his parents used social media to spread the word that their son's missing. Tons of people from online, they knew Bryce. He was nice. He's an easygoing kid. He had the picture of him. He looks like just your all-American kid.
Yeah.
He's got a big, goofy fucking smile,
Midwest.
Yeah.
Illinois.
So a bunch of people start contacting his parents, asking what they can do to help. So posters are printed up and distributed out. A team of search dogs are brought in from out of state. Kim drives down with a pair of Bryce's sneakers and socks, so the dogs would have something to get a scent.
Yeah.
Some of the search dogs tracked Bryce's scent near Government Cove, so divers go into that area and start looking. They work their way deeper into water, and they're unable to find anything indicating that he had ever been in the lake. So while search and rescue teams are scouring for any sign of Bryce, detectives begin interviewing some of his friends and family. Once they determined that Bryce had purposely sped down the embankment and crashed into the road below, they had to start considering the possibility of suicide, like he was suicidal. His parents were adamant that he would never do that. You know, he would never take his own life. But his friends at college weren't so sure about that. So detectives interviewed those who had spent time with Bryce in the days leading up to his disappearance. They learned that of all of his friends at college, Sean and Kim were the two who had known him the best, and they both expressed concerns about his behavior before he went missing. They told detectives that Bryce had begun drinking heavily when he returned to school that semester. He had switched to hard liquor over beer. He would drink like several bottles in a weekend.
Ooh.
They didn't think he was an alcoholic, though.
I made that switch, but I don't go bottles on weekends.
Like I said, they didn't think he was an alcoholic because it really wasn't like a thing before this. It just seemed like he had some shit going on in his life at this time. So Kim tells the investigators that, you know, she'd been extremely worried about him when she found out that he was taking the Vyvanse and drinking. She said that his entire personality seemed to change once he had combined those two things. She said that, you know, that's the reason why she took his car keys that Wednesday night.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything to do with, you know, her breaking up with him. Like, it wasn't anything like that. She just thought you shouldn't be driving. So Sean had been worried about, he was one of Bryce's best friends. He was worried about Bryce. He said that in addition to the drinking and the Vyvanse, Bryce had done some other weird things. Like, he had just started randomly giving away his possessions. He gave Sean his Xbox console and some of the games, as well as a pair of diamond earrings that had been a gift from his mother. Sean was really uneasy about it, tried to refuse them, but Bryce wouldn't take no for an answer. So this kind of, you know, raises the red flags of suicide even more.
Yeah.
So if Bryce had been suicidal, the going off the road like that looked like it might have just been a failed suicide attempt.
So you go somewhere and...
Well, they think it was possible that, you know, when he hits the bottom like that, he's kind of shocked that he's basically fine. But, you know, he just kind of explains why once he gets out of the car, he doesn't take any of his shit with him.
Yeah.
They thought maybe he had left his car after he wrecked it and just walked down to the lake to drown himself. But like I said, divers had been in the lake all day. They didn't find any signs of that whatsoever.
You would think the body would float.
Yeah, well, so eventually they just called the search off for the
Or
lake.
if the spare tire was in the car. What if he tied the spare tire to his feet?
Pull himself down.
The tire would probably float too, though. Tire's not going to sink.
If it has a rim on it.
Yeah, if it has the rim on it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, they called off the search in the lake. So while some of them believe that he may have been suicidal, the fact that they couldn't find his body made them consider all other possible scenarios. They thought maybe he had just walked away from life, like he just, you know, just left. His parents, of course, couldn't believe that, though. They brought bloodhounds in to try to track his scent, and the dogs were able to pick his scent up and track it as he moved away from the crash site. They followed the scent trail down to a dam on the lake, then continued down the roadway on top of the dam. Once they crossed over the road, the dogs went south to a spillway on the western side of the lake before finally heading towards a truck stop. Investigators think that maybe after crashing his car, he made his way through the park and ended up at the nearby truck stop and possibly hitched a ride.
Oh, yeah.
They couldn't really think of any logical reason for him to do it, though. He wasn't in any kind of legal trouble. He was a really good student that was doing great at school. He didn't have any problems at home. He seemed to have a very close relationship with his parents. So he had a pretty big support system in place. They think that, they think that maybe, if he did go to the truck stop and went off with someone, it may not necessarily mean that he was trying to leave his life or anything. They think that maybe he was so injured in the wreck that he suffered a head injury and just wasn't thinking straight, or maybe forgot, didn't take his ID or anything with him. So after 2 weeks, police announced that the official search for Bryce was being scaled back. They had thoroughly searched the area where they thought Bryce could be, but found nothing. They had no evidence pointing in any one direction, and no idea if he was even alive or dead. He has bright red hair and blue eyes, so people think that, or the police thought he would probably stick out in a crowd. Police did receive a number of phone calls from people who thought they had seen him, but none of those claims were able to be backed up. There is no answer to this day of what happened to Bryce. I mean, it's pretty likely he's not alive anymore. Seems.
Yeah.
You know.
Or maybe, I don't know, sex trafficking. If he got to the truck stop, I mean, anything's possible.
All of his information has been entered into the National Missing Person database. So, you know, if anything would come up, like if they found a body.
So many cameras nowadays everywhere.
Yeah.
Figured he'd be spotted somewhere if he was still alive.
Yeah, so it's just so strange to me that he's just kind of like hanging out.
Something happened in his brain.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what. They didn't find any drugs on him, able to pass. I mean, there's field sobriety tests. They can be pretty tricky, okay?
I've heard.
Yeah. I'm 0 for 1.
I've heard.
I'm 0 for 1.
I've heard a thing or two about him.
I'm 0 for 1.
Yeah.
You know, Bryce did better than me, and look at him. You know what happened to him?
Yeah. So what does that tell you, officers?
Officer?
Huh?
Officer? That's crazy.
Yeah, so
wow,
he may still be out there. You know,
in California.
Maybe there was some shit going on that nobody knows about in his life. Like
the Unabomber just disappeared, and no one really heard from him until everyone heard from him.
Yeah. Yeah, very interesting story. You know, just a very weird behavior like that. So we're gonna take a break, and then we'll be right back with our second story of this episode, and then we'll get into some shenanigans.
Yeah,
after
can't
that.
wait.
So we'll be right back.
Can't wait. Jesus Christ, I'm ready. Okay?
Sorry, I didn't mean.
I'm fucking ready.
Jesus. Fuck. Are you ready?
Yeah, man. When I'm ready to get this shit going, we gotta get this shit going.
Are you sure you're ready?
I don't want to be sitting around wasting all this juice.
I'm sorry that the juice.
There's juice all over your room now. That's on you. The juice is on you.
Juice all over that chair. All right, we're back.
We're juicy.
Joel juiced on a chair.
Joel juice coming soon.
Tastes like something.
Tastes like good boys.
So anyways, our second story is sort of a follow-up to a story that we've done previously.
All right.
It was a story that you presented.
I did?
You did.
I don't think I've ever presented a story.
One of our, still one of my favorite episodes we've done.
The Meet Cute?
No, that's definitely way up there.
Man, I'm so disappointed now. Nothing can bring me back.
That is way up there.
I'm
no,
ruined.
This one is about
I'm ruined.
That dude that deserved to fucking die. And
yeah. All right, I'm back.
Rex McElroy.
Rex McElroy. That's his name.
So,
what about old Ken? He's still dead?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's still real dead.
Man,
so,
what if he wasn't?
We're not quite talking about him. We're going to be talking about the town that he's from.
Okay.
But quick little catch up on the Rex McElroy thing.
Uh-huh.
You know, he was just a real piece of shit.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
He didn't he shoot a shop owner or something like that?
Yeah, shot an old man.
Yeah, pulled guns on other people and was just kind of a prick.
He constantly stole from local farmers and businesses. Assaulted people at will. He took women and girls that he found attractive. Some as young as
he had that real young wife.
To add to his family.
Fuck that guy.
He had multiple wives all at once. You know.
Why?
He had a legal stronghold over everyone because no one would press charges because he had connections with the mob.
Yeah.
Through his lawyer. Intense harassment campaigns that included stalking, shootings, killings of pets, and arson. Even the police in the town feared him. So, one day, the whole fucking town seems to get together, and they decide they're going to kill him. So, in broad goddamn daylight, Remember, he gets into his truck.
Yep, and his wife's there, like 3 bullets or something like that.
From 3 different angles.
Yeah, 3 different guns.
Yeah,
and
he just gets lit up.
Yep.
So the wife's fine. They don't. But so there's over 50 witnesses to this.
Middle of the day.
To this murder.
Yeah.
There's a
broad daylight.
Yeah, was it dead or is it just called broad daylight?
I don't know.
But yeah, you guys can watch that. But yeah, over 50 witnesses.
Or listen to our episode about it.
Yeah. Go back and check out.
It's a really good
Rex
wrestling
McElroy
podcast.
No, to this day, not a single citizen has ever agreed to speak about it.
Yeah.
They refused to give up any information. No one was ever arrested for this. So this was in the small town of Skidmore, Missouri.
Skidmore!
It's like last week we talked about the little small town in Australia that only had 12 people in it. So this one isn't quite that small. The latest estimate is about a population of 250.
Okay.
So a little more of a normal small town, not 13 or 12 people. So the houses are very cheap because.
But still, 50 witnesses. That's what at the time. That's like 25% of the population was there to see this. A quarter.
So houses are really cheap because no one wants to live in this place. So there's not a lot going on in Skidmore, Missouri. Crime rates are very low, but whenever there is violence in this area, it is fucking crazy. So Ken Rex McElroy is what made it famous and put it on the map. When this all went down, it kind of made national news. It was a pretty big story. It made for TV movie, all the shit.
I found it.
An Unsolved Mysteries episode, I think, or not Unsolved, but one of those shows.
Well, it is an Unsolved Mysteries, but
yeah, it is
could have
Unsolved.
been. Yeah, maybe it was.
So there for a little while, the little town of Skidmore was pretty popular. Several books were written about this story. Tons of news reports. TV movie, like I said. So then, for about the next 20 years, kind of went back to normal. Press got quiet. Nobody really gave a shit about the town anymore. And the citizens that kind of
fuck you, Skidmore.
The citizens that had lived there all were kind of drifting away. And then in the year 2000.
In the year 2000.
Thank you. As I was reading that, I was hoping.
In the year 2000. That was awful.
There was the brutal killing of Wendy Gillenwater.
In Skidmore.
So reportedly, she was stomped to death by her boyfriend.
Oh, God.
Some people on the internet have found evidence that she was actually, not only was she stomped, but she wasn't stomped to death. She was actually stomped and then hung from the back of this dude's car and then driven around Skidmore until she was dead.
This isn't a good story.
So, I mean...
This isn't our feel-good, is it?
No.
Okay.
Fortunately, he's serving life in jail, so, I mean, at least he got... Then, on December 16th, 2004, 23-year-old Bobby Jo Stinnett was discovered by her mother, who told 911 operators that she looked like her stomach had exploded.
Alien?
She was pronounced dead, and along with some of the other missing valuables was the baby that had been in her womb.
Oh.
So the baby was found alive and well.
That's crazy that it's usually women that do that, but that's fucking crazy, man. That you could cut open
a human being
and take their baby and just be like, this is my baby now.
Yeah. The woman who...
Fuck, dude, people are so fucked up. Is this what this story's about? People are capable of stomping someone to death and fucking cutting the baby out of a lady?
It's this fucking town.
This is a feel-good.
A woman named Lisa Montgomery...
Shut it down. Shut all of Skidmore down.
She was found with a baby. The police got the newborn back, and it went back to its rightful family.
Yeah.
And then...
the mom died, did you say?
I mean, mom's dead. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So the family, Lisa's family, she's the one that did this.
Yeah.
When the family find out, they are shocked and all this because they were actually like this would have been Lisa's 5th child. They thought that she'd given birth. That's what she told them.
So
she had a baby.
They thought she was pregnant then.
Yeah. So she'd been lying the whole time.
Yeah, she was just getting fat or probably, I don't know, maybe I'm not saying anything.
Well, who knows if she did this or not, like more than once or not, because 9 years before this, she got tubal ligation, which, I mean, I guess that's when they say tube tied.
Yeah.
They got their tubes tied. In those 9 years, she had told the family multiple times that she'd been pregnant and had a baby. So, of the 5 babies that this family thought she had,
yeah. I mean, can't they
who
test
knows
them?
Who knows if most of them are even existed?
Yeah. Okay.
But who the? So.
Goddamn Skidmore.
So yeah, she had come into contact with the Bobby Joe Stinnett online, under the guise of purchasing a terrier from her because Stinnett was a dog breeder. Once Lisa got there to do this transaction, she just began strangling the mother-to-be until she was dead.
God damn.
Clumps of Lisa Montgomery's hair was found in Bobby Joe's hands. Her blood was all over the scene. So it's pretty easy to figure out she did it.
Yeah. She had the baby.
So she is, as of now, scheduled to be the third woman in American history to be executed by the federal government. So
equal rights.
Yeah.
I mean, you do something like that. I mean, I don't know. We talked about this before, about support or non-support of the death penalty, but
yeah,
I wouldn't cry too much if she got killed.
Yeah, I mean, just go for it.
That seems pretty brutal.
Yeah, but
Skidmore.
If you can cut a human baby out of a human body,
yeah,
that's alive,
before
you killed it,
and when you're strangling the mom, that's strangling the baby too.
And then you're somehow you're thinking that you're going to be able to go on through life,
with
this baby, and you're not ever once.
What hospital did you have the baby at all? It was in
Dead Lady, St. Louis.
It was in another town. You wouldn't know it.
Then
there's more. That's why they call it Skidmore.
Right.
Fuck.
So then, on April 11th, 2001, Branson Perry, who was actually a cousin of Bobby Joe Stinnett, disappeared. Straight up vanished into thin air. He was a pretty normal 20-year-old. He was at his father's house helping him clean the house up. Or he was at his father's house cleaning the house up because his father was coming back from the hospital that day.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, he went out the door to put some jumper cables in the garage just a few yards away and was never seen from again.
What the fuck?
No one saw him go anywhere or be abducted. His friend Gina was in the house cleaning with him. There were 2 guys next door working on, or two guys out front working on his dad's car. They remember seeing him come out. He was there 1 minute, gone the next. He's never been seen since.
Whoa.
No clues left behind. No leads in the case. The jumper cables that he went out to grab weren't found until 2 weeks later, when they were suddenly just laying right there in plain sight on the property. Even though all of Skidmore, pretty much, the entire fucking town had came together to comb the area, didn't see the jumper cables then.
Wow.
2 weeks later, there they are. There's been a ton of excavations nearby to see if somebody killed him and put him in a shallow grave.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Basically, he never existed.
20 years ago, just gone.
Well, this was
2001.
God, 2001 was 20 years.
Yeah,
ago.
dude.
Oh, Jesus.
And all the rest of that, the last story you just told, none of that bothered you. Like, he was stomped to death. She was cut open. But 2001 being 20 years ago, and you just break down.
I'm dying tomorrow.
I'll get this posted first.
Gina, who was there that day.
So maybe someone took him, tied him up with the jumper cables, had him a location for 2 weeks, but still I don't know, because I'm sure they would have checked the jumper cables for.
So your theory would maybe hold up with what Gina's suggesting, because she said that the only thing she can think of is that her and Branson. They had just kind of started getting into drugs a little bit, just started dipping their toes into the water. And she thinks that he might have gotten into some shit with some drug dealers. So maybe he goes out that day.
Yeah.
They grab him. He owes them money, or has done something.
Yeah.
He has the jumper cables. They fucking tie him up with those. Take him somewhere.
Why would they bring him? That's so weird. Maybe they're just trying to
kind of like a little fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows? His dad explained that a few weeks before he had went missing, he had been violated by a neighbor. Apparently, this is crazy, if true. He apparently had been drugged and assaulted by a man named Jason Bierman. And, I mean, there's a good fucking chance that dude would kidnap you, I guess.
Yeah.
Then there was
might decide to press charges or something.
There was another theory. It involved a minister named Jack Wayne Roberts. He was arrested in April 2003 after he had botched an amateur sex reassignment surgery.
Botch job!
In a hotel room. They also found...
If you're going to have that, go to a hospital.
Yeah.
I think any surgery... My stance on surgery is do it in a hospital.
Don't do it in a hotel room.
No.
Yeah.
Not for anything.
When they busted old Jack Wayne, they found child porn. He had then on the computer there was he'd been visiting really gross, disgusting message boards that were about sadistic stories of extreme sexual assault. One involved a young male hitchhiker who matched Branson Perry's description. Roberts denies any and all involvement in the disappearance of this kid. Swore that everything he looked at on the internet was just fantasy. He's never been proven to be connected to this, but he is serving 30 years in prison right now. So Skidmore, the bizarre violence of Skidmore is reflective of the entire county that it sits in.
Yeah.
Called Nottoway. Talbot brothers in 1880 were hanged for the murder of their father. Despite the fact that the victims
Who didn't kill their father in 1880?
Well, their father swears to his dying breath that it was his political enemies that did it. So he tries to blame other people, There was a dude named Hez Rasco who murdered...
Hez?
Hez, H-E-Z.
That's a good name.
In 1910, he murders an entire family of 4.
That's not a good name.
Burns the house down with the bodies inside of it. In 1974... Benny Kemper, he kills 4 members of the same family, burns the house down.
Oh.
There was William Taylor in 1994, whose wife Deborah was initially thought to be killed in a farming accident. It was later discovered that William had lured her to her death by killing the family cat and propping it up under the piece of farm equipment, urging his wife to try and get the pet out from under it.
Running
over her with it. Running her over with it and killing it.
That's clever shit, but that is fucking dark.
Then there was Lloyd Jeffress.
Who
at age 71...
You're killing me!
may be the most elderly spree killer ever. He fired at members of a monastery, killing a monk and a priest and injuring many others. All the victims were in their 60s and 70s. There was no reasoning whatsoever as to why he chose that. He had no agenda for it.
Yeah.
2013, business owner Steve Parsons convicted of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old. Minutes later, he's convulsing on the floor of the courtroom and died shortly after.
Oh, poison.
Turns out he had cyanide capsule.
He poisoned himself.
Yep.
A little bit dramatic, Steve. I don't know what his name was.
Then there is a bunch of different stories of not only was Earl douchebag asshole that got murdered, Rex
McElroy.
Not only was he killed by a mob of people, the whole mob thing, a group of people just murdering somebody or whatever, vigilante justice. That's been a reoccurring theme in that area.
Missouri's wild.
As well as honor killings. And
honor killings?
Honor killings, you
dishonored me, so now you must die?
Yeah. Or
if someone called me Joe.
Yes.
Grant. They're like, Joe Grant? You motherfucker.
They gotta die.
You put some respect on my name.
So, yeah, man, Skidmore, Missouri.
Let's go.
Stay the fuck out of it.
Oh, let's
apparently.
not go
I mean,
there.
I'm fine with it, but
Yeah, I'll go.
it sounds like murder's legal. So we could just...
Man, stomped, cut out, fucking all that crazy shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, who knew that, like, the fucking dude that... I mean,
That was not your best feel good.
he was born to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, Rex.
All right. So, by the way, we will not have a new episode next week. It is the Thanksgiving time, and there's too much shit going on. So we're not even going to try it. But we'll be back December 1st.
Yeah.
Or no, December 2nd.
Whatever, Wednesday or Thursday, one of those days.
Yeah, Wednesday or
Sometime
Thursday is
around
when you'll
December.
hear these shows.
Yeah.
So
Friday,
yeah.
December 3rd, I'm back at the Busy Bee with
And you
Chris
got,
Seamer.
What's his last name?
Seamer from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a real good one.
You had a fun show the other night.
Yeah, that's right. We went to
The,
comedy.
the Moose.
The Moose!
Yeah.
We set the game of billiards back a good 20 years.
Easily.
That was awful.
I'm kind of surprised we got rid of all the balls.
I
though.
think two blind people could have played a better game.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
we weren't good.
Nope.
No.
We had, but you came and supported my comedy dream.
Yeah, it was
It was a moose.
a fun show.
Yeah, you're a moose. I introduced you
I'm a
from the
member of the-
crowd.
yeah.
You got your drinks bought for you.
Well, you did too.
I got my food bought for me. Old Wayne.
Oh, he not get your drink for you?
I guess. I mean, it's got
Okay,
like
yeah.
a Coke or something.
Yeah, good people.
I
did.
didn't pay for it.
Good people.
Yeah.
Like, well, they gave me the first drink I ordered for free because I was a member.
Yeah.
And then, then I go up to get my second drink, and old Wayne pays for it.
Twice.
Good dude, good
Yeah.
dude. So, yeah, it was a fun show, though.
Talked a lot during the
He
comedy.
did talk a lot.
but-
He did. But that, like, the whole crowd were people from the Moose.
Yeah.
And they all know each other.
Yeah, they're all like Wayne.
Yeah. So I feel like you kind of have to just roll with that
Yeah.
in that case.
Luckily, he didn't do it for me. Luckily, just
Right.
once.
Just where he named some guy.
Yeah. So
So-
Rob did really good. It was fun.
There was an old guy directly in front of me
Uh huh.
that was like very, just seemed very
He was right beside me, and I couldn't really tell how he was reacting.
white
but-
hair.
Yeah.
He didn't seem uptight, but he definitely like was, good Christian man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and some of your stuff, I would look over at him as you would say it.
My stuff, like
Like,
Lee's
where
stuff.
you're talking about like coming in the cab.
Oh yeah.
You got the joke about coming in socks and all that, and you got.
Yeah, I don't say I come in a cab. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's not like that was the tightest cat I've ever come in.
I was paraphrasing.
Yeah.
You talk about like jerking off a lot.
Yeah. Not a lot.
You do.
Twice, 2 or 3 times. Like a 20-minute set's not a lot.
Anyways, every time you would say something, I kind of look over at that guy. And he would just go, oh boy. He didn't laugh. He wasn't mad about
Oh,
it.
he did not think I was a good boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, not good boy. Oh
So
boy.
yeah, he just he wasn't holding your heathen ways against you.
Yeah.
He was just
Yep.
probably said a little prayer.
I wonder how I felt when I sat right beside him afterwards. And I hugged him a lot. I mean, I kept
Kept
hugging
putting
him.
your arm around him.
Yep. I was like, "Here's the arm I masturbate with."
Get in here, you old son of a bitch. Let me tell you about boots or socks or whoever it is I came in.
All right. That's fun though. We went.
Yeah.
We went.
It was a good time.
Good time.
So I think we'll try to get one. I thought it'd be cool to try to get a show here at this Moose in town.
let's do it.
Yeah, so we'll set up a comedy show.
Yeah.
So what's going on? You got some, we did this last week.
Yeah. What do we call it? Words?
Song speak.
Song speak.
And you went 3 for 5 last week. And what we do,
So
Joel's, how many songs you got?
5.
So you got 5 songs.
Yep.
You're going to read the lyrics, just a part of the
Yeah.
lyrics. A little sampling.
Little sample.
You're just going to read it like a normal thing you're reading.
Sure.
And then I'm going to try to have to guess.
I'll go back into my other persona. I'm gonna read them in that one.
Okay.
It's really dry monotone.
And I need to try to guess.
I did these for
what the song
Mike, and he
is.
went 4 for 5.
Okay.
So I think I went too easy.
All right, we'll see. I like that.
How can I help it if I think you're funny when you're mad? Trying hard not to smile, though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral.
Man. It's bare naked ladies.
Can't understand what I mean? Well, you soon will.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. I have a history of taking off my shirt.
Good song. 1 week.
Bush
Bare naked
glycerin.
ladies.
No, it was Glycerin by Bush.
Oh, shit.
0 for 1.
Oh, fuck, okay.
No, you got that one. It really was. This one is Glycerin by Bush.
Okay, all right, cool.
I feel like I've been locked up tight for a century of lonely nights, waiting for someone to release me. You're licking your lips and blowing kisses my way, but that don't mean I'm gonna give it away, baby, 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 baby. That's it.
Is it?
I feel like I've been locked up tight for a century of lonely nights, waiting for someone to release me. You're licking your lips and blowing kisses my way, but that don't mean I'm gonna give it away, baby, 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 baby.
Is it Baby by Justin Bieber?
No!
Am I going to be really mad when you tell me what this is?
I don't think you'll be really mad. Genie in a Bottle, Christina Aguilera.
Oh. I got trying to think of a Britney Spears song that it was, but I couldn't think of any other than Hit Me One More Time.
Yeah,
I
baby.
knew that wasn't it.
Baby.
Genie in a
Baby.
Bottle. Yeah.
Baby. Baby.
Was that many babies?
6 of them. It was
Wow.
3 and then 3 in parentheses. They were parentheses babies.
Okay. So one for 2.
Yep. You can tell your ma I moved to Arkansas. Or you can tell your dog to bite my leg. Or tell your brother Cliff, whose fist can tell my lips. He never really liked me anyway.
That is one Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yep.
Achy Breaky Heart.
Too easy.
Yeah.
Too easy. I was.
That's sad that as soon as the...
I know, you were like, after I
you
said...
said you could tell mine. I was like,
tell Paul I'm in Arkansas, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Tell her now. Go. Okay, here's the next one. I'll serve your ass like John McEnroe. If your girl steps up, I'm smacking the hoe. Word to your moms. I came to drop bombs. I got more rhymes than the Bible's got psalms.
Jump around.
Yeah.
Jump around. House of
I
Pain.
went way too fucking easy.
Yeah, you did.
All right, this is the last one. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. No, I'm just kidding. That's not it. It might as well be. It might as well be. This shit's fucking easy.
Okay.
Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty boys. She calls friends. How they dance in the courtyard. Sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember. Some dance to forget.
Hotel California
Yeah.
by the Eagles. Fuck. If you wouldn't have done if you hadn't included the last
Oh, really?
some dance to remember, some dance to forget. If
Yeah.
you wouldn't have included that, I wouldn't have got that one.
My best story about Hotel California, me and Mike were walking from his house just around our block or something. We're probably like 17. He was 19. I don't know. We were stoned as shit.
Yeah.
But my dad and our uncles were on my porch. We all lived on the same street. Like playing the guitar. My dad was so drunk he couldn't remember the words to Hotel California. So he was asking me and Mike, the two super stoned, and we were like, trying not to look too high. But yeah.
You were pretty high.
Yeah. But I still got all of Hotel California.
What's the weird line in that?
They're stabbing with their steely knives.
Stab with they still can't kill the beast.
Yeah.
Warm smell of what's
Khalid dust? Won't smell of Khalid dust.
Is that a Kalijah?
Khalid, I don't know.
I've always wondered what the hell it was.
The warm smell of... I always thought it was like college dust. Like collegiate dust. Like from the USC football team.
Warm smell of colitis rising up through
Is that
the
part
air.
of the female anatomy? I could never find it. I don't know.
The female anatomy is a myth.
Females are a myth.
So the term colitis is the first... Oh, wait a minute. So the term colitis is the first stanza of the song. Warm smell of colitis rising up through the air has been interpreted as a sexual slang or a reference to marijuana.
Oh.
Colitis means little tails in Spanish. In Mexican slang, it refers to the buds of marijuana.
Warm smell of. All right, so we're going to say it's that.
So colonitis. Warm smell of colonitis.
So it's not collegiate dust.
Yeah, so it's
Alright.
just them talking about it smells like some weed, man.
You did really good. You got 4 for 5.
Yeah,
But I did really bad because they were super easy.
that was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, if it hadn't been for the last line of that one, you would have got me.
Mike didn't get Christina Aguilera either, and he also guessed "Baby" by Justin Bieber.
I mean, you said baby a lot.
baby,
So-
baby, 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 baby.
I worked at Walmart when that song was popular,
Uh-huh.
when it was the big hit, and I worked overnights on the inventory team in the back. So, we heard the same
Oh
fucking...
yeah.
I heard that song so goddamn much.
Remember how she went from that to the dirty song? Is that what that was called? Wanna get dirty? And she was in the factory.
I was talking about Justin Bieber's Baby.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she went from Genie in a Bottle to,
Yeah.
where she's all covered in
I'm mad at her.
she's an attractive lady. That Christina Aguilera. I'll say it. You know
You
what?
okay?
I'll be the one to say it.
Be a good boy about it.
I'll be the first one to step up
Ever.
and say
You know what? She's not bad.
she can sing.
Yep.
She's got a voice on her.
Yep. She got that Khalid dust.
Clean us. All right, so like I said, we won't have an episode next week. We'll be back the week after that. Sorry,
Yep.
Smarsh, you're gonna have to go a week without us.
Yeah, I'm not sorry.
Joel's not sorry.
Do something with your life.
he just punched the hole in the wall.
Oh, another hole.
So do all the things that we always ask you to do, and you don't ever do it. But it'd be cool if you did, where you could, give us a rating.
He's not bitter.
I'm not bitter
It's
at all.
fine.
It's not that I see a bunch of other podcasts become
Yeah.
very popular, and
And you're like, what do they have that we don't have?
they get to make money and do this. Somebody, I tweeted this a little bit ago, but somebody please fucking cancel us.
Yeah.
So we can make
All
money.
Smurfs look the same to me.
Fucking I hope that gets us. Cancel middle-aged mediocre. Hashtag cancel ma'am.
Yeah.
Because you know what would be great? We get canceled. We go on fucking Rogan
Uh-huh.
and do some dumb goddamn
We can watch him
interview
suck his own dick.
where he sucks his own dick.
Uh-huh.
Then we both get the check marks next to our Twitter
Yeah.
names. And then the money rolls in.
We'll get double check mark because we saw him suck his dick.
Because we saw Joe Rogan suck his dick. And he doesn't want that getting out. So he tries to pay you off.
Yeah.
Because he gets very upset when news outlets lie about him. And we are,
That's what he said. He said it
Essentially-
himself.
we're essentially a news outlet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, at this point.
So,
We're more than just wrestling.
yeah, Spotify. Hey, we're not a wrestling podcast, Spotify. Please change it.
Yeah.
We're using Anchor,
It's
which is
Steve Carino.
which is your thing now.
Yeah.
So fix it.
We have a good anchor ad, Spotify.
It's not Steve Carino. Steve Carino is an upstanding, fine gentleman and a hell of a professional wrestler.
Okay.
This is why we aren't a wrestling podcast. Because I couldn't stand that anymore. The slander.
Oh, my God. Sorry.
The besmirchment.
Well, excuse me.
When we come back on the first week of December, we will be back with a new episode of Real Crimes.
You're doing a real crime?
You are, bud. You already said you would last episode.
Me?
It's on wax.
It's on wax?
Yep.
So I have to.
So you got to.
Fuck.
So I'm not going to do a backup story.
Okay. All right. I'll have it.
We're just going to freeball it. You know what I mean?
Yep. I freeball it every time I'm over here.
That's what that is.
That noise
The
of
warm smell of
smacking together.
colitis hangs in the air.
Rising up. It's rising up.
All right, we're getting the fuck out of here.
All right, bye.
Thanks. Bye.